Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK. Back at you with another video here to bring in the 5-game NBA Summer League slate on Thursday. Before I get into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. My name is DK. I make daily videos and live stream for NBA and NFL slates on Draftkings. I just uploaded my video for the NFL preseason slate, the 2-game slate that starts tomorrow. So make sure, go ahead and check that one out, guys. I also make videos for PGA, Daily Fantasy Sports, and NBA Top Shot. If you're unable to watch these videos, I also upload a podcast. I'll have a link down below. It's called the DKDFS Show. If you could, leave a 5-star rating and review. That would really help me out. If you're interested in signing up for premium content, I offer that on patreon.com. I offer a lot of different packages. NFL package includes preseason. NBA package includes Summer League. Esports includes Call of Duty and CSGO. And then Gold is the combination of everything. And finally, I want to thank Prize Picks for sponsoring this episode. And guys, Prize Picks for Summer League has been phenomenal. 15 of 17 so far, my picks. And the 2 that missed were by less than a point each. So if you guys are not familiar with Prize Picks, I love it, especially for the Summer League. There is a big edge. First way to play is you can take over/under on straight up fantasy points. So Prize Picks posts players and the projected fantasy scores, and you either take the over or the under. Also, single stat, you can take over/under and straight up points. Sometimes they'll have assists and rebounds here too. If you guys want to try it out, sign up, use the code DKDFS. DKDFS, all one word, link down below. You'll get a 100% match up to $100. Basically, put $100 in, you get a free $100 to play with. So, reviewing the picks that I gave in the video yesterday. JALEN SUGGS under, check. Lamar Stevens under, check. Herbert Jones under, check. 3 for 3, and then I gave one more in the Discord. Scotty Barnes under, check. 4 for 4, clean sweep. Again, 15 of 17 overall. Now, I gave 2 out in the Discord before I made this video, and I had to make videos for NFL. So once the Prize Picks board went up, I gave it out, and we are moving the lines, guys. I don't know if you saw from when I made my video last night, Suggs, Stevens, Herbert Jones, their projections all went down like 4 or 5 points. So we are literally moving the lines ourselves. I gave over on Langford at 20. Now he's at 23, so I don't really like that as much. But I gave him over at 20, and he's already up 3. And then I gave the under on Banton, who was at like 24, 25. He's down to 20. So literally, we are moving the line. Now, again, I don't really love the Langford or Banton now, the way they're projected. But let's see. Is there anything else that stands out to me on this board? Let's see. You know, I think I'll lean Patrick Williams over. And the reason I do is the minutes, right? He's been playing like 35 minutes, which is really unheard of for Summer League. So I think I'll lean the over actually on a Patrick Williams. And we'll go down to a couple more overs. I know they're high, but Bull, and Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey because he is literally so aggressive on the offensive end, and Bull because he is going to dominate the offense. Offense runs through him, and he lost minutes last game. He was on pace for 50+ if the game didn't blow out. So kind of like the over on those stars, that being Maxey, Bull, and Patrick Williams. All right, but let's talk about this 5-game slate. Oh, I guess really quick, if you guys do enjoy the content, if you could, leave a like button on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't upload videos and you don't go live. Let's try to aim for 100 likes on this video. I guess, real quick, we got to go over my lineup here from the main slate tonight. So, cashed in the high-stakes stuff for tournaments, but with an injury. Tyrell Terry injured early in the second half. If he does not get injured, I'm probably taking down or, top 5 at least. So tilted about that. Cannot predict injuries, but man, if he just stays healthy, it's, I'm looking at another possible takedown. So going over my lineup, Malachi Flynn, Trent Forrest, Obi Toppin, Devontae Kakak, Jericho Sims, Terry LJ Figueroa, and Emmanuel Quickly. So my take was there was no way I was fading the Knicks guys. Even though I knew they were going to be popular, it was just a minutes thing, right? They're both going to play massive minutes. So Toppin and Quickly both played well, 35 and 37 minutes. Now, Malachi Flynn, can we talk about that start to the game? He started like 0 of 10 shooting. If you watch that game, he airballed, I think, like 3 threes. Really? If he just has a decent shooting game, Flynn goes for 35. So that was very tilting watching the game. I think he shot total 6 of 20 or something like that. Trent Forrest was a guy I was very high on, just because stuff the stat sheet. I love guys that stuff the stat sheet. Plus, he's a shooting guard on Draftkings, but he's not a shooting guard. He's their point guard. He went for 16, 9, 4, 2 steals and a block. Massive on a slate like this. This slate was super, super low scoring. Like, a lot of guys busted or, just underperformed. Now, I will mention, DraftKings is programmed for 48 minutes for NBA, so they're only playing 40-minute games. You're going to see a lot of snowflakes no matter what. I don't think a lot of people realize that. Like, you're going to see a lot of snowflakes because these are only 40-minute games. Now, again, top end, K-Cock was solid, nothing crazy. In like mid-20s, the Mets went for 14 points, 4 boards, 4 assists. Again, Sims was a little bit of a letdown. A ton of position. Him and Cat McGalley, the two like value plays, were both underwhelming. As a bouquet, if you spend up, he actually had a good game. He had like 7 blocks, I think. And then Tyrell Terry, again, injured. So tilted about that. Now, I actually originally had, what's his name? Gillespie, Freddie Gillespie. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. But, yeah, I originally had him. I thought he was going to start at the 5 like he did last game. Now, Precious Achua got added to the roster, and he started. So I made a update. Luckily, we got that news before lock. We got ahead about 5-6 minutes before lock, made an update and pivoted to LJ from Gillespie because obviously I don't want to play a player off the bench. And LJ played really well. And, he played over 30 minutes, 27 fantasy points, and then, finally, quickly. So, I got hit with bad variance with an injury and still cash guys. And first, I got one more thing I got to tilt about, though. The early slate. I play Diakate. He gets ejected. How do you get ejected in a summer league game? Like, come on. So, with the ejection in the early slate, with the injury in the main slate, still a profitable day. I will take it. If a Diakate doesn't get ejected, I'm having a big day in the early slate as well. So tilted about that. But all in all, still a solid night. Could have been a massive night if it wasn't for that injury. But we'll see if we can keep it going, guys, for this 5-game slate. All right. So we'll start off with the Indiana Pacers. And at the top, we have O'Shea Brissett, who definitely had a below-average game last game. He played 30 minutes, only went for 28 fantasy points, had a bad shooting game, 3 of 12. The reason I like Brissett is he's a guy that can really stuff the stat sheet. He's going to play a lot the small ball 5. And Portland, this Portland Summer League team, they have a lot of vets, but they're not good defenders. Like Kenneth Reed, awful defender. Beasley, awful defender. So I think Brissett is at a bounce-back candidate here. I think his ownership will drop. He was decently popular that last slate and was a little bit of a letdown. So I'm fine going right back to the wall with Brissett. Him and Chris Duarte are the guys we can expect big minutes from. I think we get around 30 for both. And Duarte had a really nice game this game. 21.7 boards, 2 assists, 1 block, 2 steals. And these are the 2 main guys in offense. Like them both. I think Duarte will be a little bit more popular. I actually might lean Brissett, even though he's a little pricey. Now, don't expect Goga to play. Cassius Stanley has not been playing big minutes, so hard for me to go there. Value, they're really spreading out the minutes behind the main 2 guys. So, like, rookie Isaiah Jackson had a really good game in 17 minutes for 34 fantasy points, but, like, he only played 17 minutes, and he only played 7 minutes the previous game. So, like, can you roll the dice on Isaiah Jackson? Yeah, if I knew he was going to play over 20 minutes, I would have a lot more interest. But if he's only going to be playing, like, 15-ish minutes, a little bit difficult to prioritize him. On the Portland side, probably my least favorite team to target, or one of my least favorite teams. Well, I'll say Orlando is probably my least favorite team to target, but yeah, Portland, they're just really spreading out the minutes. And guys, vets like Moutier, Beasley, and Kenneth Reed, if they're playing more minutes, I would have a lot of interest in them. Again, they're good point per minute guys. Moutier, 20 and 25 fantasy points in limited minutes, but it's just the minutes, right? 17, 22 minutes. Beasley's going to be productive when he's out there, but he's only been averaging about 20 minutes. Kenneth Reed, same thing. He'll be productive, but 23, 21 minutes, not great. So hard for me to get excited about any of those guys. CJ Ellaby has been getting a little bit more minutes, 27-24. He shot really bad, 3 of 8, 2 of 11. If he has a decent shooting game, you could see 25 to 30 fantasy points for him, but I just don't love the price on him. I think the one guy I'm looking to for Portland would be George King at 4.9K, 24, 28 minutes. has gone for 31, 27 fantasy points. Been doing a decent job rebounding the ball. Getting 8, 11 shot attempts is solid. So at 4.9K, there's not a lot of value on this slate. I think George King is one of the guys I would look to for some salary relief. All right, so I kind of hinted Orlando once again is going to be one of my least favorite teams to target. And it's the same thing, right? It's just a lot of guys are overpriced, and they're really spreading out the minutes. So Jalen Suggs at 9.5, I just don't think I can get to him. Now, he's good at stuff in the stat sheet, right? You went for 24, 9, 1, 3, and 2 game 1, 16, 8, 5, 1 game 2, but just 26 minutes. And he's 9.5. Jalen Suggs not for me. People chased it last game. That was a mistake, right? People played Jalen Suggs over quickly at top end, which is just a big mistake on this slate. Cole Anthony, once again, really struggled. 2 of 10 shooting. Only played 18 minutes, too. RJ Hampton hasn't been playing well. Franz Wagner continues to struggle. And they're really spreading out the minutes behind these guys. Basically, Orlando's just a cross-off for me. Now, Boston, a little bit different. So they're going to play their main core 4 guys a ton of minutes, and this is where the offense is going to come from. Pritchard, Langford, Naismith, and Edwards. Now, they are priced up, so you can probably play one of these guys. But, expect big minutes from these guys. So Pritchard played 25 in a blowout and sold for 54 fantasy points. Langford, 20 minutes in a blowout, didn't play the best. Naismith, absolutely smashed, only 21 minutes, 49 fantasy points. Carson Edwards, 26 minutes, again, lost minutes in a blowout, 36 fantasy points. Now, they, had a little bit of an outlier performance, the fact that, they just couldn't miss shots. The main 4 guys just played so well. I don't think Boston's going to, average 120 points a game in summer league games. Now, Pritchard is just a guy that him and Carson Edwards are probably the guys I feel the best about because they're really going to stuff the stat sheet. 23, 5, and 5 for Pritchard and 21, 12, and 8. And then you have Carson Edwards who's gone for 17, 8, and 6, and 14, 8, and 5. So those two are probably my favorite. I know Naismith had the really good game last game, but he shot 13 of 18, right? So Langford and Naismith a little bit more line scoring. I'd rather go to the guards that stuff the stat sheet in Pritchard and Carson Edwards. Bruno Fernando started, only played 15 minutes. No interest in him. I guess if I had to play a cheap guy, it probably would be August or Hauser. Hauser has been playing about 20 minutes. Actually, has played 20 minutes first couple games off the bench, but yeah, don't really like anything else besides the main 4 guys there for Boston. Now Houston, once again, going to be one of my favorite teams to target, and it's just because it's an 8-man rotation. That is really unheard of in the summer league. Basically, all teams run a 10-man rotation. Or 10 plus, and Houston's running an 8-man rotation. So we're going to see big minutes from these guys. We'll start with KJ Martin and Jalen Green, the 2 studs on this team. KJ Martin kind of had an outlier performance with the lack of peripheral stats. Game 1, I mentioned that I don't think that happens. I think he bounces back with the peripheral stats. He did. 6 boards, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 3 steals. Again, we know he's a stat sheet stuffer. We'll play a little bit at the 5 at times here when Sengun is out. So I do like KJ Martin as a spend up. It is going to be a little bit tricky to get to him, though. Jalen Green, a little more reliant in the scoring. However, he's going to shoot the ball a ton when he's out there. So, again, both viable tournament plays. Now, Sengun, I think, is going to be popular, but I think it's for good reason. Center, once again, not the strongest position on this slate. I expect, 25 to 28 minutes for Sengun. He's gone for 49 and 46 fantasy points. Now, do I expect for him continuing to get to close to 50 fantasy points? No. But if we get 35 fantasy points from Sengun, that is very good. So, again, good rebounder, good scorer, talented around the rim. I like him, again, a good amount there. Anthony Lamb at 5'5" is kind of just fine off the bench. Probably plays about 20 minutes. Don't love it. Kyrie Thomas, I kind of like his contrarian play. He has not shot well first couple games, 2 of 10, 3 of 8. But he's still a guy that can stuff a stat sheet. He has upside. We haven't seen it yet the first couple games, but it is there. So if you want to try to buy low on Kyrie Thomas, don't think that's the worst idea. And then if there being lack of value, I think Josh Christopher makes for a pretty solid play here. Going to play big minutes, 28, 27 minutes, 13, 5, and 4 game 1, 15, 3, and 7 game 2. Again, an 8-man rotation. I think Christopher looks like a really solid play. And that is it for Houston. Let's move on to Toronto. So again, Precious Achiuwa did play tonight. He played 28 minutes. Now he's a good rebounder, decent point per guy. But do I want to pay 8.9K for Precious Achiuwa? Probably not. Scotty Barnes at 8-1 kind of took a little bit of a backseat in this game. 25 minutes, 24 fantasy points. And he's just not the best scorer. If you watch that game, or if you watch the game, he is not not super talented in the offensive end, so do I want to use one of my spin-ups in Barnes? Probably not. Now, Malachi Flynn, I am fine going right back to the wall. Again, shot 6 of 19. And can we talk about, he's only had 1 assist the first couple games. Definitely outlier, right? He is a guy that's going to have the ball in his hands a lot and expect more assists from Malachi Flynn. I said the same thing on Gary Payton. Gary Payton was one of my favorite value plays in the slate. He had 0 assists last game. I was like, hey, he's going to bounce back. I think he had like 5 or 6 assists. He stuffed the stat sheet. Expect Malachi Flynn's assists to go up this game. Don't think he airballs like 3 threes and shoots 6 of 19 again. The minutes are there. He's only 5'9". Once again, I like Malachi Flynn. If people are going to get off him because of that last game, I think that's a massive mistake. The rest of Toronto, there's just not much here for me. Again, Gillespie kind of out of play with him coming off the bench. Only played 12 minutes. He was a good point bring guy who was out there, but with pressure starting, we're not going to get big minutes from him. All right, let's finish it up. Last 2 games here, Philadelphia and Atlanta, and we'll start with Tyrese Maxey at 8'6". I love this guy. He is so aggressive on the offensive end. I mean, you see it in the regular season games, right? In limited minutes, when he's out there, he is taking the ball to the hole. He is shooting in a blowout in 25 minutes, went for 39 fantasy points, 21, 5, and 4. Stat sheet stuffer. Gonna probably play about 30 minutes. I really like Maxey, one of my favorite spin-ups in the slate. Isaiah Joe, a little bit too reliant on the scoring for me. But there is some value here, and a guy like Paul Reed, kind of in the mid-range, 5'6". He's a do-it-all guy, a good rebounder. Only played 24 minutes, but again, blowout. Probably would have played 28-7, 28. The game would have stayed close. I think he's a really safe play at that price point. Now, keep an eye on BASSEY. Again, a lot of us got screwed in the early slate the other day with him getting healthy scratches, contract negotiation. Now, I did a little bit of Twitter search. Still haven't seen anything if he's available for tomorrow, so we'll see if he is available. I actually think he's a decent play because he's a talented player on the offensive end. If he is out, expect Petrozev to start, but he only played 19 minutes, so it would be hard for me to prioritize a guy like that. And they spread out the minutes for everyone else. Moving on to Atlanta, so rookie Jalen Johnson played more minutes last game, played 31 instead of 25. That's a lot better. Again, a good rebound. He's gone for 10 boards in each of the first couple games. I think he's a pretty safe play. Now, the price has come up, so he's no longer like a plug and play. But yeah, I still think he's one of the safer spend ups. No interest in Jordan Bell. Not a ton of interest in Skylar Mays. One guy I do like a good amount here in the mid range is Sharif Cooper. Now, people asked me him versus Jalen Johnson last night. I said I preferred Sharif Cooper. I was like, hey, everyone's going to play Jalen Johnson. I think Cooper comes in at way lower ownership. He did. Like, no one played him. He had a smash day, 21, 9, and 1. The reason I like Sharif Cooper is the assists, right? 6'9" assists. He's going to handle the ball a decent amount. And he's only 6.3K, so he's cheaper than Jalen Johnson. Once again, if you're going to ask me who I prefer, it's going to be Sharif Cooper. And then I've mentioned a couple of times how there's not a lot of great value on the slate. I think one guy we can consider is a guy like a Kuhn Purcell. Again, don't be worried about the questionable tag. That Draftkings is incorrect with that. They've had guys listed out when they're not. So Kuhn Purcell, 27, 28 minutes. He's going to play the small forward position. I was gone for 13, 8, 1, and 2, game 1, 11, 6, and 1, game 2. And nothing crazy, but below 5K. I think he gets decent minutes. I think he does make for a solid value. All right, finishing up with Phoenix. So we'll start with Jalen Smith at the top at 8.2K. Like him as a spend up. The issue I have with Jalen Smith, I've actually watched like basically all the first 2 Suns games, and he stands in the corner a lot in offense, which is not great. But he's still a guy that's probably going to get you double-digit rebounds, and he can knock down some threes, will get shot attempts, and he's the one guy that you can expect big minutes from on this team. The rest of Phoenix, all I'm going to say is good luck. If you want to try to target one of these guys and roll the dice, fine. But they are really spreading out the minutes. I just have no faith in this rotation behind Jalen Smith. I'm just not even messing with that headache. And finally, Denver, we got Bull Goat, 8.5K. Really like him as one of my favorite spend-ups. Again, in 24 minutes, 42 fantasy points. And lost 4 minutes in a blowout. Probably would have won for 50 fantasy points. As I said a couple times, Denver said in the preseason they're going to use him like Nikola Jokic. They are running their offense through Bull. Now, in this game 1, he only finished with 31 fantasy points, but he had an awful first half, like awful. And he had a pretty big second half in that game, and then this game put together 2 solid halves and even lost time to a blowout. So, I do really like Bull. Now, Caleb Agada basically out of play Only played 13 minutes with Bones and Zeke Nnaji in, so hard for me to get to Caleb Agata. Marcus Howard was out again. We'll keep an eye on this. We don't have confirmation if he's once again confirmed out. If he's in, then I actually kind of like Marcus Howard. So again, monitor that one. But yeah, Bones Hyland, if Marcus Howard is out, Bones Hyland probably runs a lot of the point guard. He played 25 minutes. I think he's a decent value play for sure. One for 16, 7, and 2. Again, rookie. Yeah, I think a pretty safe play in the mid-range. And then a guy kind of like buying low on, or if you want to roll the dice in for GPPs, is Zeke Nnaji. Now, he had an awful, and I mean awful, first preseason game. 24 minutes, 0 of 9 shooting, 0 of 6 behind the 3-point line, 6 fancy points. I do not think he shoots 0 of 9 again. Zeke Nnaji is normally a guy that can do a little bit more of the peripheral stats. So yes, the offense is going to run through Bull, but if we get 28, 29 minutes out of Zeke Nnaji at this price point, I think he can have a good game, and I think he's going to be low owned because box score watchers are going to avoid him. And that's really it. Like, value that we're on game 1, like Devon Reed, Cheatham lost a lot of minutes with those two guys back. I just don't think we can go there. There's really no one else on Denver that I'm interested in. So that is going to do it for the video today, guys. If you have been enjoying the content so far, would really appreciate if you leave a like button on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't upload videos and you don't go live. Thanks again. Have a great night, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video.